A lot of pro-Brexit talk has focused on having control of our own borders and taking back the power to make our own decisions. But what would be the trade-offs? Here are some of the consequences for Northern Ireland in terms of peace and prosperity. The UK is a hotspot for international businesses because it provides easy tax-free access to the entire EU under a single set of rules and regulations. But where would a Brexit leave the UK? Well, you can wave goodbye to that easy access and you can say hello to a whole heap of regulatory changes. Whilst businesses in Northern Ireland would still have easy access to the UK, the Republic of Ireland would suddenly become the major English-speaking entry point to the EU. If you were a UK-based business trading internationally and Brexit happened, where would you take your European base? The UK pays more into the EU than it gets back, so surely leaving makes financial sense. Well, sure, in theory. But even if Brexit happens, the UK will still have to trade with the EU, and to really freely trade with the EU, you have to contribute to its running costs. Take Norway. This non-EU country pays the EU almost as much per person as the UK does to be a full member. In short, if you want to trade with the EU, you have to pay the price. Unlike the UK as a whole, Northern Ireland actually receives more in funding from the EU budget than it pays in, with a number of funds aimed directly at it. This includes about 80% of all income for farms and rural projects through CAP. In the event of a Brexit, this money would vanish. But what would replace it? Some sort of UK-based system administered from Westminster? The Leave campaign have promised the CAP equivalent would stay, for now. Northern Ireland's gains from the EU are more than just financial. Even during some of the darkest days of the Troubles with Haughey and Thatcher loggerheads, it was the meetings in Brussels that provided a backdoor for discussions, bringing the two governments together to help with the peace process. It's this kind of support that has a value far beyond its price tag. Whatever you think about these changes, it's up to you to make your voice heard by voting on June 23rd.